Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. Today is Takeoff Tuesday. It's January 19th. I'm excited to be here with you today. My name is Keely Austin. Our quote of the day today is, in every day there are 1,440 minutes. That means we have 1,440 daily opportunities to make a positive impact. Mark your calendar for March 18th through the 20th. We've got our national conference coming up. I'm really excited for our training this year. It's going to be online. Our theme is shifting higher into focused transformation. Again, that's March 18th through the 20th, 3 full days of phenomenal training. You absolutely want to be present for those days. So do what you need to do to clear out those days on your calendar so you can be there. We have our dates for Leaders Retreat. We're going to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, August 13th through the 17th. Excited to see you there. Our Founders Live is Mondays at 4 p.m. You can always catch the recording on the Facebook channel, the Renatus Founders Live Facebook page. And again, that's Mondays at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. We also have our national study groups. We had our second session last night. Those are Monday nights at 7 p.m. We have also the Renatus Helios app. They've been talking about it on the Founders Live. So if you've missed the Founders Live for the last couple of weeks, they've talked about it for I think 3 weeks now. So if you've missed it, go back and watch it so you can get more details on the Helios app, what comes with it, why you want to download that and start sharing it with your guests. Actually, it's really, really cool what they've developed. So check that out. Give the app 5 stars in your app store, and then also know how to locate your access code. Every week on Thursday at 6 p.m. we have our mountain, I was going to say mountain time. We have our private capital masterclass, and that's been a lot of fun. It's about an hour long with Dane Clark, where we talk all about private capital, what we're learning from our class, and how to start applying that. We have our dream call, the Daily Real Estate Action Mastermind. That's every day, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to about 9:45. Watch your classes, go analyze some numbers, make offers, and just get out there so that you have some questions to bring to this call. Friday morning, we have our Fabulous Friday with Lily Puertas from 8 to 9, where she talks about what's going well with her business on the marketing side. And last but not least, Monday through Friday, we have our Zoom up call. That's happening at noon. It's about 15 minutes long. Michael Huggins and Scott Rowe are hosting the call, where they will interview a different student every day. So we're learning so many different amazing stories of different student success across the nation. And this is built entirely around having your guests be exposed to these stories. So if they're not able to make it to the noon call, they can catch the recordings. So that's our Zoom up call. We've got the Zoom up playlist on YouTube. And our YouTube channel is Elevate Renatus. So make sure you're either catching those recordings or jumping on with us live at noon. OES.com talks about the optional event subscription, what that is, why you want to be a part of that. Every Tuesday, we've got our Profits Intro at 7 p.m. by Bob Tierney. We've got our weekly virtual house tour. So last week, we did a very nice tour of Tim Breland's property. Thanks for letting us tour your house, Tim. The purchase price was $330,000. He is putting in $72,000 to fix it up, and the ARV is $525,000. So Tim is looking at a potential net profit of $50,000. Congratulations, Tim. So every Wednesday we have our virtual house tour at 7 p.m. Make sure you're getting your guests registered in Helios and attending these house tours. These are really, really exciting. And what I love about the house tours is we get to see a lot of different strategies being put to work and a lot of different areas of our education being put to work. So our guests can see the value in how much variety we offer in our education. Also, with our house tour at 7 p.m., we have the AIT bonus track study group offered in Spanish. Thursday, we've got a lot going on. We've got our house tour offered in Spanish, and then everything else here on the list is in English. The Pillars of Wealth intro presentation. We've got our follow-up and funding webinar, an onboarding session for new students, and an essential study group, as well as our multifamily, wholesaling, and short-term rental study groups. I mentioned our YouTube channel already, so that is the Elevate Renatus YouTube channel. And then our Facebook page is Renatus Team Elevate. So these morning calls are recorded, as well as the Zoom up calls that I mentioned. And this is where you can catch the recordings in these 2 places. Today is Takeoff Tuesday. We get to learn from Bill Predebon today. Thank you, Bill, for spending an hour with us every week on Tuesdays to share with us what's working for you in your business, as well as to help us out, help and move us along in our businesses. Bill has an incredible story. He was a pro skier in Vail, Colorado for many years before becoming a part of Renatus, and he realized at the time that he needed to change careers. He wasn't going to be able to ski for forever, and so he needed to find something else. And he realized he really wasn't qualified to do much else. And so he had heard about owning stores and got into the franchise world. He owned a couple of stores, a couple of sports stores. And after not really being educated in that, and just due to lack of knowledge, he ended up losing everything and losing those stores. And then he heard about real estate investing. So he dove into real estate investing before really getting educated. And this was right around the 2008 crash. So Bill actually ended up in a hole. He had over $400,000 of debt that he was in and needed to fix that. So again, this was right around the 2008 crash. And after that is when Bill was introduced to Renatus. And thanks to the Renatus education, Bill was able to really pull himself out of that situation. And if we fast forward to today, now Bill has completed well over 150 deals. He's been very, very successful in the real estate world. And everything he learned about real estate investing is from this education and from our community. He has earned multiple $1 million in his real estate career. And he's also a marketing leader. So he's on the PIT team, meaning he's in training to be on the PAC, the President's Advisory Council. And so we are very, very fortunate to get to learn from Bill this morning. Good morning, Bill. How are you?
Hey, Keels. What's up, Keely Beals?
Hi.
Hi. I'm good. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We can end the call now with that great introduction. I don't even need to talk. That's it. We're done. There you go. No, I really appreciate it. It's so cool to just have everybody here and get to share the morning with you guys. It's my honor to be here for an hour, and I wish I could do it every day. I love you guys. It's so cool to be out here. So thanks for that awesome introduction. Thanks for doing everything that you guys do. Keely, thanks for taking care of this. And I know Keels and I were texting earlier. What's it called? I guess the announcement text seems to be a few minutes off on its ability to keep time today. Did you end up getting the text?
So I sent one out at 7:50, and that should have gone out right at 7:50, and I noticed it didn't. So I sent another one. So I got the one that said the call starts now, but I'm still waiting for the one that says starts in 10 minutes. So there's there was a glitch. So I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, no, I know, me too. So I got I think I got the one that says the call starts now.
And but not the one that says 10 minutes.
I did get the one that says 10 minutes, yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. Technical. At least we get a text. I just copied and pasted it for my team.
Perfect.
Right on. All right. Well, welcome everybody. We got a big week coming up with the intensive. So we're going to do something a little bit different today than I normally do. And I'm going to throw in my own thoughts, comments. You know me, I could talk all day, right? But I love it when you guys bring out questions and thoughts and communicate and all that good stuff and participate. So today, given the fact that we have, a couple more months before National, we've got a brand new year, brand new month, brand new opportunities, tons of stuff coming down the pipeline for to enhance your ability to make things happen. With this intensive on Saturday, why don't we do this? Who would like to volunteer first? Hopefully I'll get somebody. Why don't we do like a little bit of an invite? Maybe someone would want to come out and invite me to the intensive. And my goal is to get, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of you guys to do that, and girls. Does anybody want to volunteer to come out first? You'd have to come off mute. You don't have to come off video, but if you come off video, it makes it easier or better or is better. Anybody want to practice inviting? Has anybody invited anybody to the intensive yet? What's up, brother? Hi, Tamara. How about tomorrow? You want to come out first tomorrow? Are you there tomorrow?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry. Sure. What? Sure. Let's do it.
Yay. Thanks for letting me volunteer you and volunteering. Okay. So why don't we just do, trust me, folks, I am as nervous as you guys are nervous. If anybody's nervous. Because you never know how these role plays go, right? And it's pretty funny, and it's all staged, so it's not as natural, and you don't get the same objections or emotions, and you're not in the same state of mind. So we got to get in that state of mind, right? We got to get in state, I like to call it, where you got your game on to make a call and to invite somebody to the intensive, and it doesn't have to be like all professional or anything like that. Tomorrow, it can just be like, hey. I told you, it'd be, we'd have an event, or I'd let you know when we had an event coming up. What are you doing Saturday? You can't get out of it, or whatever you guys want to use. So, and then we'll just play through it. And I bet by the third or fourth one, we'll probably be pretty natural at it, and we can have a normal. Hopefully, I'll be able to give a normal response. That may be an objection or an acceptance or in between. So pretend I'm one of your prospects tomorrow and call me up.
All right. Awesome. Hey, Bill. How's it going? What's new?
Hey, what's up, girl? Nothing. Just trying to find properties. I can't get crap in this market. I don't know how you guys are.
Listen,
Oh, what's that?
I totally understand. I totally understand your concern. We've got a lot of great real estate opportunities transpiring through some of this. Though a lot of opportunities to help people.
Yeah, that's what you guys were saying, but I just don't understand how you guys are finding properties. But
well, we have we get taught strategies that that most people aren't aware of. In fact, we got a whole training on finding deals before they hit the market. In fact, we're finding so many properties that I'm starting to raise private money so I can keep up with all the opportunity transpiring. Have you raised any private money or private or hard money? How are have you raised any private or hard money?
I was taught that, if I get the deal, the money will come. So, I haven't really worked on that. Obviously I'm hoping I'll find the money, but right now I don't care if I had money, I got no deals. So, what do you do with the private? What's that?
Well, you're right in the sense that if you find a deal, the money will come, but sometimes it works the other way too. I've raised over $2 million in private money because of this class. In fact, I watched it so many times, I just couldn't stop raising money after that. And then guess what started to come after I raised all that money?
Oh.
Deals. Because
Yeah.
everyone heard I had money. Would that be something you'd be interested in learning about?
Yeah, anything that would help me find a deal in today's market. It's, you get on the MLS and you try to make an offer and there's 15 offers and it's just kind of frustrating. But yeah, I mean, what are you offering some money to me that I could borrow your money then and go get a deal?
Well, I'm not offering you money to find a deal, but what I am offering you is I paid for a couple of extra spots. Our practitioner that is going to be leading the workshop, she's raised millions and millions of dollars in private capital to go out and do real estate. Is that someone you think you could learn something from?
Of course. Yeah.
Awesome. Are you available, or can you make yourself available Saturday at 10 a.m. To join us for a workshop for the day?
It's all day.
It is. You'll get the opportunity to learn from someone who's raised millions. You'll get the opportunity to spend the whole day with someone who's raised millions of dollars for real estate.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely try to get on. What time you said it starts at 10? Yeah, I had a few things planned. Obviously, it's a weekend and I work all week, but but I can definitely jump on, I think.
Cool. I just need to know, is this something you're serious about? Because I paid for tickets, and I know there's some people who really want this opportunity. So I just need to know, yes, are you going to be there? Because if I give you this ticket that I paid for, I want to know that you're serious about it and you'll be there.
Yeah, no, I'll be there. I'll be there. Like I said, I'll try to move some things around. I don't know if I can stay all day, but I'll definitely be there. And I'll definitely want to go if you think it's worth it.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's get you the information. Just shoot me a text with your contact information and I'll get you registered. And listen, you're probably going to like it so much that you're going to want to miss the other things that you have planned. So I'll make sure we get your spot, and it's going to be an awesome day of learning how to raise private money. Again, this is one of the practitioners that I've learned from, and because of her, that I've raised over $2 million in private capital. So it'll be a great opportunity for you. Awesome, Bill. Well, I look forward to you joining us. Feel free to just send me your contact information, and I'll get you the link shortly.
No, I appreciate the call. Thanks. That's cool. See you Saturday.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks. Sounds cool. I like the way you, I love that she finished up with, you're going to love it, that you're probably going to stay the whole day once you see it. I use that all the time in text. And I just reassure people they're making the right decision with that type of affirmation and confirmation. So that was awesome. And then anybody else want to add or subtract or question or comment on anything Tamara had said or done during her delivery of the question of inviting? Trying to check the chats. I don't see anything yet. I noticed, okay. Anybody got anything they want to add to that, or well, you guys are, is my microphone? No, I'm just kidding. It's all right. If you don't have to come out, and you also don't have to make money either. So don't worry about it. I'm just kidding. It helps to practice, you guys. You can practice with me. I mean, I'm like the easiest guy you can practice with, right? Okay. So a few other thoughts. And so Tamara took kind of approach where that person wasn't necessarily like in her pipeline fully. She's like, hey, get me your contact information, because it's probably someone she was talking to already. So she didn't bring any attention to, the education and stuff like that. She focused on what the intention of the event. She didn't say multifamily and private money. She didn't complicate it. When people get complicated or get too much information, they can't make a decision. She just kept it simple. She focused on a solution to a problem. My problem was finding deals, and she swung it around the other way. And it made sense, right? It created some sort of curiosity. I mean, like, if I can't find a deal, maybe she's finding a deal with money. If I could find money, then maybe I could get a deal. So in my mind, and in my fear of loss, I would want to go to the event, because if I don't go, I might not have money. And if I don't have money, I might not have a deal. Does that make sense? So that was pretty good. I mean, people really do think those ways. And so she did that through several questions and then provided an answer. And then she was also very strong on her commitment from the individual to make sure that they were serious about going. Because a lot of times we're very open to hearing anything positive, and we'll take and run with that and feel good about what we've accomplished. But then typically that person tends not to show up.
Hey, Bill.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Gilda. Sorry, I was, I didn't hear, what was said earlier. And I just wanted to let you guys know, in case, for people that did not know, that Nathan Tabor is no longer going to be training on Saturday. It's only going to be Whitney.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's news to me too.
Yeah.
I probably wasn't paying attention to my news feed or something.
Yeah, Scott Rowe just announced that this morning. Apparently, Nathan is on vacation, so there was like mixed up with the schedule.
Got it. All right, so we're gonna have an all-day event on private money. That should be interesting. I didn't know there was that. I didn't know there was that many ways you could raise private money. All right, go ahead, Kai. Go ahead.
So and I was going to ask you, so is it just private money that she's going to be talking about, or is she going to be going into hard money and gap money and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think she's gonna talk about private and hard money. I think she's gonna probably be able to share a lot of deals that they've done with private different monies, and possibly maybe not contracts necessarily, but how to structure it. Remember, it's more of an intrigue, I'm assuming. So they're going to structure it as an intrigue. So there's just enough information for new people to get excited, wet their whistle, and that sort of thing. But they're not going to be able to necessarily walk out of there and go write a contract for $1 million with somebody. You know what I mean? But I would imagine she's going to talk about both.
Okay.
Yep. I would just, one of the things I always talk to people about when it comes to raising private money is, there's 4 elements of the deal. And a lot of people, don't necessarily think that they want to spend money, right, to get educated. So what's interesting, you could use this approach is that, there's 4 elements of the deal, right? There's the deal itself, which everybody wants to do because they got time and they got sweat equity, right? So they have no resources. So they're going to go try to get the deal. But in a market like today, as a new person trying to compete with seasoned wholesalers, it's virtually impossible, right? Unless you just know somebody who has a deal, like in your family, right? So then you've got the ability to bring the project management, right? You have to be able to run the deal. You have to be able to provide some sort of skill set inside that. And no one's going to trust you with that unless they've hired you to do so and they know how to manage you, right? So the person managing the deal, like if I partnered with any of you, you would have to have a proven track record, even if it was Tim Veerland himself, right? And I know he runs projects, but I've never seen him run a project. So, and I run a project a certain way. I put in certain things so I'm going to have to vet that individual, right? So that's probably not the point where the person's going to come into the deal. And then you've got the money element, and then you've got the buyer, right? The ability to sell the house and bring a buyer to the table. And so one of the key elements of a deal is money. So if people aren't getting educated and they're having a hard time finding a deal, if they could find some private resources that aren't even their own, and they can learn to do that, they could find themselves in the middle of a deal making $10,000, $20,000 just because they brought somebody else's money at 5 to 8%, right? So there's a great opportunity way to remind them that, hey, here's another avenue for you to get into a deal when a market is so hot like it is all across the country. So the private and hard money will be a good event on Saturday.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Cool.
So if you're looking for the next contender, I'll go next since I'm already on this like little unmuted thing with you.
I love it, dude. I love it. So tell me how to pronounce your name.
It's Kai.
Kai. Okay. Well, there's like a Y and an I. So I was like Kai, and then I was like Kai. All right, I love it. All right. You got a great picture, by the way. I love your picture. Good
Oh
picture.
man, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. All right, brother. So you can pick me if I'm one of your regular customers that you've been working with, or if I'm someone brand new or whatever you want to do, and just hit me up.
All right, I'm gonna do a brand new guy because I actually just ran into a guy at a UPS store yesterday. So
what's his name?
His name is Wayne.
Dwayne?
Wayne.
Wayne. All right, I'll be Wayne. Yeah. I'll be Wayne. Wayne's Batman, I think. Anyway, so I'm Batman. All right. So hit me up. I'm Wayne.
All right, cool. So, hey Wayne, this is Kai. I met you yesterday at the UPS store. How's everything going?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm surprised you called me. I didn't think you actually would.
Yeah, man, I told you that I was. I seen you a couple of times, and yeah, man, I know that you've been here for about a year now, right?
Yeah, man, you got a good memory. That's cool.
So what I want to do, like I told you, I asked you if you were interested in real estate. You told me that you did not know how real estate actually worked, and you didn't know if you had the money and things like that to even do real estate. And what I wanted to do too is we have an event coming up this Saturday. I want to show you how you don't necessarily have to have money to do real estate. It just has to be somebody else's money. Are you interested in actually coming Saturday?
Yeah, like, is it, you mean like in person kind of thing, or what do you got going on?
Nah, my man. We're doing this all virtually. So this is actually going to be virtually. It's going to be Saturday. It's going to be an all-day training. So you're not going to leave out like, well, they didn't cover this or they didn't cover that, or I don't know this, or I'm not familiar with that. We're going to go over everything, and I want to be able to show you how you can, get in transition into this. Yeah.
All right, yeah, because like I said, I don't know much about real estate. I mean, obviously, I've thought about it. I hear about people making money, but I don't know anything. Is it? What are they gonna? What are they? What am I gonna? What's it? What am I gonna learn? What are they gonna talk about?
Yeah. So I'm glad you asked. So from what I know and how this is structured, we're gonna go over how to raise private money, which is money that you deal with when you have people that you know personally. And they have like big accounts and they're looking to do something different and you have that relationship. We're also gonna go into something called hard money, which means if you don't have anybody, we're gonna actually show you how to tap in. Tap in to show people like what it is that you're working on, because a lot of people don't know where else to get money. And I want you to know too, sometimes it doesn't matter if you have money or not. It just matters if the numbers make sense for the person on the other end. And then also sometimes you're going to have money and you're looking and people want to be able to do deals and they know that you have this money raised and they come to you. So that's what we're going to be covering.
So like, I'm like, I have to have credit then, in order to get this money. Like, I have to apply for the money, kind of thing. I'm not really sure. Like, so like, because I don't have a lot of money of my own, and I wouldn't really know what to do with it. Like, I wouldn't want to risk it, but I like I have to go get this money then from the bank. You mean?
Hmm. So that's actually good. No, you don't actually. So when we say this, like this is no money of your own, you're just basically going to be taught how to raise this money. You know, so you don't have to worry about going to a bank. You don't have to worry about getting your credit score in order. You don't have to worry about, hey, if I have this on, it has nothing to do with your credit or you going to a bank or anything like that. So this is just showing you how to, because there's people out there, right? You got people who have money and they put it in a 401k, but that's because that's the only thing they know how to do. They don't know how to create greater returns on their money. So this is just going to show you how you can get to those people and say, hey, I know a better way of helping you get more return on your money. And those are going to be your money investors and things like that.
What would be the better way that I would use, like, put their money to work? I don't get it.
Right. So when you put their money to work, it's basically raising money for them to see the real estate that they can purchase and the return they can get on that real estate. And in most cases, it's in double digits, right? So it's just showing them like, hey, this is how we do that, and this is how we raise this money and get them to a point where they are like, wow, well, I want to invest with you. Here's my money, put it to work for me, and so I want you to know this is the reason why I'm inviting you to this. Is this something that you seem like you're interested in?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely interested in real estate. I guess I'll just have to see. I'm not sure I fully understand, but it sounds like, obviously getting money, you need money to buy real estate, so it'd be worth it to figure that out. So you said it's on Saturday.
Yep, it's Saturday. It's an all-day training, and so yeah, you come and you see what it's about.
I usually work on Saturdays, every other Saturday at the store. What is there another time that they have it, or?
Actually, this is actually well, it's not once in a lifetime, but this is the only event that we're doing this year, because we have a lot of other events going on. I don't even want to say that. Well, this is the only event that we have going on this year, for this to help people understand how to raise it. So yeah, it's pertinent that you possibly come to this.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to rearrange my schedule. How does it work? What did you say it was?
It is Saturday from 8 to 2.
Okay, cool. Yeah, send me the information and then I'll let you know if I can make it.
All right. So I'm gonna tell you this. Usually when people tell me that, send me the information, I'll let you know if I can make it. Usually that's a no. So the thing is I have a few seats left for this and I don't want to waste money on this, but I definitely want you to know that I'm thinking, you know what? Next, let's do something else, Bill. Because I kind of messed that up.
No, that's okay. That's okay. And you can't say the wrong thing, folks, to the right person. And I made it a little bit difficult for you, Kai. So it's all right. And uh, it's hard when somebody isn't sure and they're because they're thinking all day Saturday, I got to work. All these things are going through their mind. So let's break this down a little bit, you guys. Kai, that was really amazing because both of those were very relatively true when you're having a conversation with somebody. And the more we talk, the more um, it feels like we're losing them. Okay. And why is that? Because when we have conversations and we tell and we're talking, we're not in control. When are we in control of a conversation?
When they're doing the talking.
And how do we get them to talk?
Questions.
Right. So when I was asking you questions, you were answering all the questions and you were explaining everything, which you did a great job of. There's nothing wrong with that necessarily. Like it's not like the wrong way. But the minute we mansplain or explain it all, anything, I do that with my wife's like, dude, you just don't have to freaking talk, Bill. Like, stop. I don't need an explanation, right? Whenever we say something, follow it up with a question, right? So be thinking about that next question. Even if I said, well, do I have to get money or credit? Like, do I have to have credit? Like, because I really don't want to borrow money from a bank. You could say, what do you mean by that? Can you explain that to me? That way it buys you a little bit of time. And I know you've heard this before, but we forget about it unless we do it all the time. Now, if you're having these conversations, folks, once a day, or if you're Michael Huggins, you're probably having them 10 times a day. If you're doing these things on a regular basis, this is going to become more natural. I promise you, I'll never forget in 2000, it might have been 2009 or 10, and I was in the marketing aspect of this on a part-time basis. And I remember I had this bay window that overlooked my pool in my other house, the one that was way upside down. Then I got it right now. I rent it out. I love that house. And these two gay guys live in there. And you guys, I want to move back in. It's the most beautiful home now. I see it on Facebook all the time. And I'll be like, Todd, show me a picture of the fireplace. Cause he's got it all. I'm like, oh my God, it looks so good. So they're so cool. And so I remember being in front of this bay window and literally I invited somebody for like an hour. And I must have done the entire presentation without even knowing it. And I never heard from that person again. So you did not do that, Kai. You were fine. But, and you've got a guy who's new, and you've got a guy who doesn't know much, and you've got a guy who is interested, right? He's obviously got something going on with UPS. He's probably super slam busy, probably, doesn't want to be necessarily in that position the rest of his life, and everybody wants to have a little bit of opportunity and hope. So presenting real estate, there's a reason people, 2.9 out of 3 people understand real estate. So one of the things that you can do in this case is just ask a few more questions, right? And, I got to think of an idea. So if I'm inviting this guy, you had said that you mentioned that he was interested in real estate, and I said yes. And then, you would want to have you could have scripts when you make this call, but if you don't have those scripts or you don't have little notes next to you so you can ask questions and look at your piece of paper to ask questions, you would basically be thinking about what you're going to experience at the event, right? So you can think about, would you like to be around other people that are, if you were, and you can always relate it, right? If you were going to go to a conference and learn more about shipping and packaging, maybe you'd learn about more efficient ways for people to drop their packages off and get them done. Wouldn't you prefer to be around like-minded individuals that are kind of coming together so you could talk to each other and learn from all that, right? And they'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. If you didn't know how to create a better shipping process that you could get things out, overnight, right? You didn't know anything about overnight mail and you wanted to learn. Wouldn't you want to go to an event where you could be taught by someone who's done it? And the guy would be like, yeah, of course. Right. Well, that's exactly what this is, right? You want to learn about real estate, but you don't know anything, right? So and I'm not telling them, I'm asking, right? Wouldn't it make sense for you to perhaps jump into an event that you can learn how to raise money so you could go do deals even though you don't have money or time? And then I'd be like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? See how I'm explaining it, but I'm using a question to do it.
Mhm.
Now, the fact that you guys are on this call and you're on these calls every day is the way that you're going to sharpen these, you're going to get these skills. And it's kind of like Cobra Kai, right? I swear, you guys, I watched that whole series. Don't tell Michael because I do watch Netflix and I should. So, but Danielson didn't know what the heck he was doing. But the minute we start to have conversations, all these things that you guys are learning are going to come back to you. And all of a sudden you'll be like, ooh, you know how to block. Ooh, you know how to punch, right? And so, or you know how to kick. And so, because you've trained your body and your mind through these calls and through your training, so you guys are doing and girls are doing the right things. And that was a really good example, Kai, of an actual real, I feel, conversation that people would have. And that's exactly how the majority of us in the beginning, all of us, end up doing is we want to tell. Like you did a great job of illustrating what it would be like, illustrating what it means to raise private money and hard money, illustrating the differences of those things. But all of that is telling. And the number one thing in selling is not selling. The number one thing in inviting is creating intrigue and letting them make the decision and them being the ones creating the answer. Does that make sense?
Got you.
No, good job. All right, who wants to go next? Go ahead, Kai. Did you have something?
No, I was gonna say, Keely, Deborah, Frank, everybody, Sandra, I appreciate the comments. Yeah, I see. I'm gonna screenshot this. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, this is great. Perfect. I'm looking at the comments here. Yeah. Wow, this is so cool. Yeah, too much details. Yeah, so look at the comments, Kai. These guys, this is great to have everybody chiming in. Questions. Love that, Bill. Be the trailer, not the movie. That's a great example. Question. Ask him if he likes working at the UPS. How long has he been there? He knew he'd been there a year. And would this job get him? Yeah, exactly. We can create intrigue. Now, when we do this, like depending on the person, right? We're calling them up to specifically invite them to an event. And I want to change your mindset real quick. And I know you've heard me say this. Think of it this way. We're focused on what the content is. And naturally, if I've been talking to Keely, and Keely has been telling me that, and Tamara did this well, right? Been telling me that, if she just had 100 grand or 200 grand, and she might even understand private money, but she was looking for that or hard money, but she's looking for that private. She's like, if I had 200 grand, I'd just do these deals myself. I'd just buy them from a wholesaler, right? So Keely has a little bit of understanding of real estate, and then in that case, I would be like specifically telling Keely, have you not told me that you are looking for private money? She's like, yeah, of course. If I had a couple $100 grand, I'd do it. I'm like, okay, would it benefit you? Like in the least bit, if you could listen to someone who's raised millions, teach you different strategies on how she and her husband have been able to raise all kinds of money. Now, would that make sense to you? Even if it was 5 minutes of your time? Yeah, of course it would. Okay, what if it was an hour of your time, right? However I present it, I'm going to target specific that. Now, the rest of the folks we're talking to, right, we've walked them through. Maybe they've seen an intro or things like that. Now, if I was you, what I would do is I would invite that guy from UPS to the intro. And I would make sure that he goes to the intro with a carrot. And I would say, listen, if you attend Thursday night, right, you're going to see an overview, however you present your intro invite. Because then what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to be able to put you, and I want you to already scheduled in your calendar, but if you go Thursday night, I'm going to put you free of charge, right? I'm going to take care of it for you into an event on Saturday that's going to blow your mind, right? It's going to piggyback on the intro on Thursday night. But you have to go Thursday night. That way the guy's prepped for Saturday, right? Now there's nothing wrong because you have enough time between now and Thursday to get him to the first event, which is the intro, right? So I like to go to the first event. Now Keely, I would invite her to the intro, to the event and skip the intro because A, she's either seen it or B, she's always talking to me about private money. And I know she's going to get an exposure to the education by Bob Tierney on Saturday anyway. So that way, right? So here's a mindset change. Think about the intensive as an opportunity to explore and learn about our community, our instructors, our content, the difference between us and everybody else. Now, if you're talking to someone brand new, obviously you're not gonna make those differentiations. But most people that you're talking to in your pipeline, they're doing their due diligence, right? And so they haven't made a decision yet. So the intensive is an example, not for them to necessarily learn. The topic is gonna be intriguing. Oh my God, talk about an opportunity. And listen to my voice, you guys. Oh my God, talk about an opportunity. We've got Whitney Stark doing a training on raising millions of dollars for the intensive this week. It's going to be incredible for the intensive. For real estate this week, it's going to be incredible. But I know that you've been debating on whether or not Renatus is worth it, and if you need to actually do some real estate on your own versus getting educated. Well, check this out. This is going to be the opportunity of a lifetime because you're going to be able to understand if our instructors are worth their weight in gold, right? You're going to be able to understand if our content has any value to it at all. Like, is our classes worth it? Is our instruction worth it, right? And then you're going to be able to see community, hundreds. There's usually 500 we've had people, 800, over 1,000 people on these calls. You're going to see part of our community and be a part of it nationwide. This is going to be incredible. So when you get done watching this stuff, you're going to be like, wow, if I don't get on that train, I'm missing the boat. Can you miss a boat by getting on a train? Probably. So what I'm getting at is, you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the intensive. Yes, they're going to learn, but the intensive is there for them to do more due diligence on Renatus itself and making a decision to join Renatus. Does that make sense, you guys? So use your focus on where your client is in the process, right? Now, if Tamara deals with a lot of people that are very specific. Like, I'll get on the phone, 3-way call with her, and then we'll be talking to a guy who's specifically looking for this kind of deal. And then if you have a specific instructor that works on those kind of deals, then she may listen. You're struggling to get this done. Would it be worth your time to go look at this? Does that make sense? That's a little bit different. Okay, so let's go to the next person. Who wants to jump out? Anybody? Bueller?
I'll do it.
I like who's there he is. Paul Jeffs, the man himself. All right, buddy. So who do you want me to be?
Yeah, cold lead.
Cold lead?
Yes.
All right.
All right. So say you called me off a road sign and all you got is a voicemail and I'm calling you back.
Okay, called you off a road sign. Got it.
Ring, ring.
Hello, what's going on?
Hi, Bill. Paul here. I saw you, you left me a voicemail. You were interested in real estate.
Paul.
Yeah, you called me off a road sign off 31st Street.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember. Yeah, real estate. Yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about
What can I do
yourself?
for you? What do you need?
Hey, I have a question for you. You said you had an interest that you wanted to get into real estate, and I wondered what makes you want to get into real estate?
Well, it's going crazy. My
It's going
neighbors are buying
crazy.
a house. I swear to God, everybody's flipping a house, and if I don't flip a house, I'm gonna be the only one not flipping a house.
Okay. I have a question for you. Is this a good time to call?
Yeah, actually, it is.
Okay. All right. I'll take only a short amount of time here. So I'm gonna, if you don't mind, do you mind jumping on a Zoom call with me?
Say that again.
Do you mind jumping on a Zoom call sometime with me?
Oh yeah, of course. Yep.
Okay. When's a good time?
No, now's good.
Now's okay. All right, so I send you over the Zoom link. So I pop up on my computer the drive cards. All right. I lost my train of thought.
You're okay. You're okay. We're on a Zoom. You got the drive cards up here, so you'll be able to find my personality or whatever it is. Go ahead.
That's right. Hey, in order to save time, I want to present these cards to you. This is the drive, we call it the drive system, is to help us save time, so I don't waste your time.
Okay.
So if you want to look at the drive system, and what feels most important to you?
For lack of time here, folks, we went over this the other day. I think I'm an ED. Oh no, can I say that on TV? I don't think I can say that. I don't have ED, you guys. I'm an ED. I'm executive director. Oh my God, that's my next Zoom. I have one at 10 o'clock and it's about, I'm kidding. Okay, go ahead. I'm an executive director.
Executive director, okay. On that, which of these individual line items point out to you or stand out to the most to you?
I like lifestyle. I really want to make, I want to make a difference. I like the idea of, nice things. I want to buy a new car. I want to, and I like to, I just like to figure out how to do something and get it done. I want to go do it.
Okay. So you love to enjoy the life experience. You enjoy getting things done. You like control of your work. You love to win. Is that right? Is that what I understand?
Yeah, I like to win. Yeah, I'm a winner, chicken dinner. Yeah. What does that have to do with real estate though?
So the reason why I do this is the reason why I'm asking these questions because to get me or help me understand how I can introduce you to a training that I already screwed it up.
No, you can't screw it up. You guys, everything we do is perfect. There's nothing wrong with anything we do, you guys. We're good. You're gonna get better. You're gonna get worse. You're gonna make it doesn't matter. Keep going.
I'll say, okay. So the reason why I ask these questions because in real estate, there's opportunity for every person, and we all know that. I should ask you, what makes you think that the top 1% people do for money? What do they do to bring in income?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I imagine lawyers and doctors, that kind of thing, and athletes and professional entertainers, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So what do you do for a living right now?
I drive Uber and Postmates.
Okay. So you're the high side hustle gigs or full time?
Yeah. Just lost my job for COVID, so I just been driving. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I called off your sign because I need to get into do something that flipping a house and make some money. I want to flip a house.
Flip a house. All right. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's a great book. I can't even read.
Okay.
I read it in 2 days.
Okay. Do you remember the quadrants, the different quadrants?
Not really. I just remember I needed to own real estate. Yeah, that's why I want to get into real estate. Yeah.
All right. So just to make this short here. So it's you see, and I'll write it on the screen as a plus. So down the bottom left quadrant, do you remember what those quadrants are? As far as like the self-employed, the W-2, business owner, and the investor. The business owner, investor on the right-hand side.
Keely, what time you got?
56. We got about 4 more minutes.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, the investor. So go ahead. The quadrant. Yep.
What side of the quadrant do you want to be on? The right hand or the left hand? The right hand being the business owner and the investor, left hand that's W-2, self-employed. Yep. So the right hand side, okay. And investing through real estate. Okay. So for instance, this Wednesday night, or I should say last Wednesday, we actually had a property tour. And this upcoming Wednesday, we're having a property tour on a fix and flip. And a deal that my friend Tim, a partner of mine, he came in at $330,000 on a property. He was able to buy it below market value in Salt Lake City at $330,000. He rehabbed that property for $75,000, all money, no money out of his own pocket, and turned around and he's actually selling it right now this week for around $520,000. Now, Bill, what would an extra 50 grand do for you right now?
No, that'd be great. I mean, that's exactly what I want to do. I mean, I don't know how he did that. That'd be great. I want to do that. I don't have the $300,000 though, you know, so.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. So if I brought you, or if you are, what's your schedule looking like for Wednesday night at 7 o'clock?
I'm open.
You're open. Okay.
I'll probably be
7,
driving or whatever.
Well, this is all a Zoom meeting, so you don't have to be at the property itself, but we have a Zoom meeting and it'll actually take you a tour on how to acquire that property or how to acquire a property likewise, and how you can make money doing the same thing. You interested in anything like that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I want to flip a house.
Okay.
I'll see how he flips a house. Yeah.
Absolutely. I understand. So let me ask you, I just need your contact information. I'll get you registered and we'll put you on the meeting. Does that sound fair
Sounds
enough?
good. Yep.
Okay. So I have it saved here, and then you send me your contact information. Thanks.
Cool. Okay. So I love the end of this call, right? And it's okay that
I need some criticism.
no, you
little
don't.
pressure.
No, all you need is a little more practice. That's okay. You got it. So, I'll have a hard time critiquing you on the drive cards because I don't use them like that. So I'm not necessarily gonna jump in on how to present those drive cards and when to do that and stuff like that. One of the things I do know is, from my end, not knowing you were going to do that, you and I didn't build enough rapport for you, in my opinion, for you to send out the cards to me and be like, hey, take a look at this drive. Because I'm like, if I'm a cold lead, I'm already skeptical, right? And even though I called you off a sign, so I do like the fact, you guys, that all the time, let me ask you this. Hey, can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question. I love the fact that you qualified for time. I love the fact that you asked me if Zoom was okay. You know, those kinds of things are all great, right? And then even if you trip over your words, you guys, the other person on the other end of the line does not know what is supposed to be coming at them, right? And you are bringing something that they want. So I called you, so I'm interested in hearing the punchline, right? So you're okay, you guys, if you make mistakes or if you seem like you're making mistakes, because you're not. And if I get irritated, or if I were to hang up, or if I were to say no, it's my own problem. It's not yours. It's because I'm upset at the world and don't think I'm not open enough right now or ready enough to receive the value you're bringing me. Okay, so it's not your fault. Now, I like to build a little more rapport. And as we get to wrap this up, a couple things that you can do. When someone tells you, like a cold lead or even a warm market, and they tell you something that they want to do, what do you want to do? Why are you interested in real estate? Why'd you call my sign? Immediately I said, yeah, I want to flip a house. I feel like if I don't flip a house, I'm going to miss out, right? So when someone says something to you and they're not doing it, what does Michael do? Well, why aren't you doing that? Like, what's it going to take for you to flip a house? Listen to what they're telling you and use the information they're giving you instead of you trying to create the information yourself and putting it back on them. I told you what I wanted to do, yet I'm not doing it. I'm driving a freaking car. So if there's a problem there, you can solve the solution. So you could say, hey, so what's missing? If I gave you, and you were targeting, if you were targeting either Wednesday night or the intensive, listen, if I gave you a couple $100,000, would you be able to go flip a house? And they'd be like, well, yeah, or whatever they say. If they say no, well, what else would be missing? Why couldn't you do it if I gave you a couple $100,000? What if we did it together? What if you brought 200,000 and I brought the deal and helped teach you how to do the house and you could work with me, right? Now I'm like starting to think, I'm like, okay. But these are the pointed questions that are going to bring you right to the solution, which is going to the Saturday event. right? So anytime someone gives you a little bit of information about what they want to do and where they want to be and how long they want to be in their job, a couple people were like, hey, the point of the drive cards is to find out what their real, I know how we get. Keely, keep me on time because I don't have a clock going on right now.
I know two.
Okay, so we got to wrap it up. All right.
Might get cut off, might not.
Okay, that was great, everyone. Okay, well done, Paul. Yep, I agree. Great step, Paul. I agree. I'm just double checking. You can check the chats for me. So, in that case, you guys, to wrap this up, is think about questions you can ask. Listen to what they're saying. When people say, and if you can't process what they've said, ask them to tell you more about that. Tell me more about what you mean. What do you mean by that? Like, give yourself a pauser so you can have more time to process and be able to generate a question or a thought so you could say the next thing. The minute someone gives you an opening, right? And time is valuable, and these calls do not have, unless you want to build a lot of rapport over time, right? By asking a lot of questions, then you can, if your goal is to get an invite and get them through the information and get them registered, then you want to bring, like, listen, let me ask you. So you're telling me, I hear you, I understand totally you want to do a flip, and I understand that you're missing out. Like and I love what you did. Like when you brought the tour in, right? And that's what got me interested. When you start talking about the tour, I'm like, oh, I'm listening. Okay, this guy made 50 grand. I don't have the money. How did he do that, right? Now the intrigue is there, right? That interest, right? So, what happens if you don't do a flip? What's going to happen to you, Bill? Will you be upset or mad? I mean, would you be bummed out? Yeah. What it is about the flip that you want, like the money or the prestige, or you just want to be able to tell your neighbors you flipped a house, or what do you want, right? And find out more information about what they want and why they're not getting it. Then you can pounce on them with the opportunity. Listen, if I could put you in front of 50, 100 people in an event on Wednesday night where you're watching someone flip a house just like you want to do, would that be of value to you? Like, you wouldn't want to do that, would you? Would you want to see that? Would you want to taste that, feel that? Oh yeah, that would, right? Those are, so put that on some notes. That's why Michael talks about scripts and the ATM and stuff like that, you guys, is so you guys if you could look down your notes and go, boom, boom, you got just a couple bullet points, right? And that's why you want to be in the state of mind like I'm in right now. This meeting, I spent the last 15 minutes of my dog walk preparing for this call because I love this call. I don't want to F this call up with you guys and waste your damn time. I want to be present and I want to be perfect and I want to be on point for you guys. So I'll make little notes and I'll have little bullet points that if I forget, like if I have some dead space, right? So this is just like that. You be in that state and I want to listen to what you're saying, and then I can go off of what you say. All right, any last minute thoughts? Awesome. Thank you, Sandra. Gilda, great. Thanks, Gilda. You guys are awesome. All right, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
That was great. Paul, Kai, Tamara, you guys, thanks for jumping out here and helping me do this. You guys are amazing, girls and everybody out here. I just love having you guys on this call, and I love being a part of it. So now we've got the dream call, and I'm missing the messages. I'm sorry if I missed some of your, awesome, Keely, missed some of your questions and points, but if you guys look at the chats, everybody had good comments and good feedback and stuff like that in there. So Deborah and Frank and everybody, thanks for pitching in. Sandra, it's awesome that you, Mike, for helping everybody out. We're all one team, one dream, you guys. It's awesome.